One of the great ways to find garden inspiration and to keep ahead of all the cutting-edge garden design trends is to visit a garden show. Well, I went along to the Australian Garden Show Sydney in Sydney's Centennial Park, with my camera of course, and here's just a small selection of some of the great gardens that were on display. The Learning Garden, designed by Kate Lowe and Penny Hand from Northern Sydney Institute of TAFE, was one of my faves. It was built by landscape construction students and the quality of the landscape was just superb. The judges agreed too, as it picked up a Bronze Award and the coveted Best Landscape Construction Award. The plants used were mainly Aussie natives and provided some bold splashes of colour and brilliant visual texture. The landscape was rich with natural earthy textures and colours and was extraordinarily sustainable, with all of the materials being carefully selected and sourced. Salvaged and recycled materials were used, where most materials were also selected for how they can be reused after the show. I loved the big water feature. The Pavilion by Peter Donaldson was a seriously sleek and chic vision in white. Cleverly managing to reference the 50s while at the same time looking futuristic, it was hard not to think of the Jetsons come to life, in the nicest possible way of course. The plant selection included some true classics. Magnolias, hellebores, azaleas and purus all jostled for attention. The circular plunge pool with its shape reflected in a cutout in the roof above was very clever in the way it worked as both a dramatic feature and a very funky functional element. My Island Home by Phil Withers was a whimsical masterpiece. Little wonder it picked up the visitor-voted People's Choice Award and a bronze medal. The wonderfully undulating jetty-like boardwalk and the pavilion sat in a surreal ocean of plants, some evoking a beachside mood, while others took you to an underwater paradise. The use of a mass-planted kaleidoscopic bed of succulents to create an undersea garden of colourful coral was just genius stuff. Loved it. And of course, every beach shack needs a fire pit and somewhere to just chill and enjoy. Tread Lightly by Christopher Owen, which picked up a silver medal, struck a chord with me. It was like stumbling into a secret and secluded yet welcoming garden space. Somewhere to just totally unwind, sit a while, chat or reflect. The huge shallow water feature was superbly simple yet breathtaking. Black water of seemingly infinite depth reflecting the surrounding scenery and the ever-changing sky show above. The Bronze Award-winning Unexpected Garden by Andrew Fisher Tomlin was a very special garden space. The garden was designed to support the St Vincent's Curran Foundation charity so that it could be a space enjoyed by dementia sufferers. Filled with a selection of colourful, fragrant and textured plants, the garden was designed to stimulate the senses. The colours used in seating areas were designed to be relaxing, while the landscape had no intersecting pathways, removing potentially difficult decision-making areas. The huge garden called Every Plant and Garden Tells a Story by the Sydney Royal Botanic Gardens was the show's main entry garden. It was in fact 4 gardens, all with different looks and moods. The section with pillars was intended to show what our cities would look like if us horticultural types had a bit more input. The green pillars represented office or apartment towers and were beautifully planted. Another section demonstrated the diverse range of plants that could be grown in pots for apartment dwellers, and this segued onto a super-sized bush scene. A giant bowerbird sat outside his bower, a hand-woven willow branch bower that is. It was surrounded by a carpet of colourful annuals. Lots of blue ones of course, as this is the colour the bowerbird collects in the wild. Another corner was an abstract reflection, while the whole lot was divided by a long rill-like water feature. A fittingly impressive entry for a great garden show. Now that's a pretty eclectic mix to get you inspired. I know it's given me some great ideas, but the problem is where to start.